Hi, my name is Chris, and in 2,000 seconds, I'm going to show you how YouTube complicated my life, how my life got worse from there, and how I'm going to overcome all of it before the end of this year. If you want to learn those secrets, keep watching this video. Are they secrets, though? I don't know why I said that. If you are new here, this video is not for you. If you're new here, I implore you not to watch it. If you're an old school C. Andreas, and you know who that is, fan, watch this video. So, if you know me, and you know me at all, you know that I've been doing this YouTube thing for almost 10, almost 11 years. At first, consistently for, I'll say, about 8 years, and then I got screwed over by the algorithm. I'll just say what it is. And I've never been able to recover since. Now, I've had a few rises and a few falls. But the one thing you guys say to me every single time in live streams is, Chris, just figure out something you want to do and just do it. Get into a niche. I know you hate that idea, but do it. And you know why I hate that idea? Because I hate the idea of having to do a niche. I was doing videos about anime. I was doing videos about video games. Then I did a video about whatever I wanted 3 times a week. That was my format. One day, yeah, it's time to make a video about neuromotivation. Let's help people. Those videos got no views, but they got lots of likes, right? Then I did anime debate, which is where I reviewed anime, and those videos get all the views, but very little likes. And then I did videos about video games, and those would just do good or bad depending on the day. I would spice it up with like some movie reviews here and there, or TV show reviews, or whatever popped in my head. That is how I ran my channel. And it was successful for a very long time. And then the algorithm switched up, and it just circled the freaking drain. And there was a single day, I can tell you when it changed. Because I remember, I was used to getting 5,000 views a video. I was growing. I had just freaking made it on this platform. I just got in picked as a next up vlogger, meaning YouTube, you gave me money. You freaking gave me support. You gave me a whole freaking bunch of like equipment. And you said, you are next up. You give me promotion. I got promoted on blogs. I got promoted on everything. And I did a little thing on one of my live streams recently where I went back and looked at everybody who was in my class. And out of the 13 national people that are in my class, maybe 3 of them are still doing well on YouTube. The rest of them either left on other platforms, their channels are all dried out, or they gave up because this platform does not care about you. They sell you a dream, they sell you a hope, and then they leave you down the river to float. They do not care about you. YouTube currently has removed my monetization for no reason at all. They say that I'm taking other people's content and repurposing it and not transforming it. And the fact is, if you look across my channel, I have almost 1,000 videos on this channel. The majority, if not all of them, are all original content made by me. A lot of it's just me looking at the camera and talking. A lot of it's me using some clips for reference, but the majority of what I make on this channel is all me all the time. So I'm being demonetized falsely. Now, there's a theory that there was a glitch back in the day that hit certain YouTubers, and YouTube didn't know how to solve it, so they just kind of go, it doesn't exist. And I don't think they've ever went on record saying that it ever existed. But I know a lot of YouTubers who got screwed by it. I think it wasn't ever really a glitch. I think they need to make way for new YouTubers to grow on the platform because we all can't shine. So randomly, some of us just got screwed, and that's what it is. It's probably by design. My issue is that I've seen other YouTubers leave the platform for months, come back, and still have their full freaking audience. I have been here fairly consistently for years, and my audience is either here or it isn't. If I don't upload, I gain subscribers. When I do upload, I immediately lose them. It's a weird problem, but I'm not really complaining about it anymore because I can't do anything to change it, right? So I thought to myself, what do I want to do? What do I freaking want to do? The answer is, I want to connect with people. I want to create things. I want to feel good about what I'm making here. Like, honestly, if you guys know this story about me, I went through a divorce several years ago while still making videos on this channel. And part of the reason why I got divorced is because my partner did not support my dream of becoming a YouTuber. My partner discouraged me and said I love YouTube more than I loved her. And the fact is, I can't say that she wasn't fully wrong. And yet at the end of the day, I look at everything I've lost and everything I've done, and it feels like it was for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I put in years of my life into this. I lost someone who loved me for this, and it did not give me a true return. I did create an audience. I did create a community. I did create a brand for myself. But at the end of the day, I don't know if it was ever really worth it. I did see myself at one point, visualizing myself as being a YouTuber, as being my career, me finally finding something that I'm really good at. Like my entire life, I've been smart, right? My entire life, I've been, I guess, praised for being intelligent and supportive and giving and loving and all this stuff, right? Like I know that my therapist will tell you that I get off on praise, because I do, right? I just do. I know it about myself. And yet, when I got into the working world, I found that I was mostly mediocre at almost everything. Like I was okay in most things. Like I'm a good artist, but I'm not great. There's someone better than you. I'm a good project manager, but I'm not great. There's someone better than me. You know, I was a graphic artist, graphic designer rather. I did that for a while. I was just okay. I made websites. I was just okay. You know, and then I get on this platform on YouTube, and I actually feel like I'm great at something. I feel like this is something that I should be able to excel in. And yet the entire time, all I felt is failure. And that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I'm sorry. I think that I still look back on the lens of what I've done and what I've accomplished, and I kind of downplay it because, you know, it's hard to have put all this work into it for years and feel like I've barely gotten anything out of it at this point in my life. In the beginning, yes, I accomplished a lot and I grew a lot, and it wasn't failure. I was making rises, and I think that's why it hurt so much. I saw myself literally rising like a phoenix. I saw where I was going, you know, I saw it. And then all of a sudden, without fail, due to no fault of my own, because at that point in my life, I didn't know that the algorithm needed to be monitored. I didn't know that we couldn't just do what we wanted. I remember I went to VidCon, and I got picked for a support program because I was doing well enough and they still saw promise in me. And Hank Green, if you know who that is, well, of the Vlog Brothers, but Hank Green was my mentor, right? And in that program, he literally told me, he's like, yo, man, he goes, listen, you're making great content. I watched all of it, a lot of it, rather, and I have this comment for you. You can still do variety on this platform. You can still do whatever you want on this platform. Do not give up. Stick with your neuromotivation. Stick with the animated debate. Stick with a random video a week. Keep doing that, right? And I'm like, all right, man, cool. You're a veteran. You know what you're doing. You know, I followed his advice. And I quickly learned I shouldn't have done that. I needed to niche down. I probably should have taken animated debate and ran with that full force, and I would have been successful. Because at that point in YouTube's history, you really were told to niche down, do one thing. I know you like doing variety, but screw that noise. And I think now we're in a new era of YouTube where you can do variety within reason. If you can do variety over on the shorts, because they're not really linking anything to anything else. You can do variety on your channel within reason, as long as you have an overarching a vibe or theme going on. And I think I've struggled ultimately to define the theme of this channel. And I'll tell you why. It's because I still want to do too many things. I don't want to be put in a box, you know? Like, I want to react when something happens in the news. And I want to also review a TV show that I'm excited about, whether it's nerdy or it's not. I also still want to get on here and share my real life and be a real person and motivate people. I still want to help people. I still want to talk about cartoons. I still want to talk about video games. I still want to do all of it. And I feel like I just can't figure out the thing that's going to encompassingly engulf all that, you know? So when I rebranded, changed the name of this channel to Chris Thinks, my idea was, I'm gonna do a commentary channel where I talk about whatever I want. I'll do whatever I want. I'll just grab things and I'll just do it, right? Started doing that, and it was a fail. I mean, every video got maybe 200 views, and for someone who, if you look at my channel, I've had hundreds of thousands to millions of views across my channel. I think 10 million in total across the entirety of me doing this. It hurts to see my channel barely eke out views, So I'm like, okay, fine. You know what? Fine. I won't do that. I'm going to do video game reviews. So I started doing that. Get a video that hit 11,000. Yes, baby. We in the building. I do another one. 1,000 views, heck yeah, you know, it's not crazy, but it's way better than what my numbers were trending as previously. Do another video, that one hits 900 views. Like, okay, we're going down. I thought I figured it out. We're going down, okay? So I do another video, 200 views. Ah, crap, you know? And immediately when that happens, I get discouraged. I'm like, crap, okay, I had a hit. I thought I could follow up the hit. I couldn't follow up the hit. And then I try to do another video in that same realm. Like, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep pushing. And it gets worse. So I do one more video in that realm, the video game, review of Pokemon, really. I do that video. And it hits 900 views. And then it stalls. And then I get hacked by the guy who turned my channel. I don't know who it was, guy or girl, person, group, who turned my channel into a Tesla channel. I lost a bunch of subscribers. Actually, I lost, some people who followed me from way back in the day, like Boogie2988, stopped following me. So he probably thought I was some kind of hacker, scammer and whatnot. I noticed that. I went through and looked through my stuff. I lost a lot of really good people because they didn't know what was going on when I got hacked. So I get my channel back. I reinstate it, right? I do everything. I put the videos back up, most of them at least. And then, as I already mentioned, I get demonetized, and that pulls some wins out of my sales. So I'm like, crap, here we go again. More crap. Thank you, YouTube. I love you so much. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use this opportunity of my channel being tanked to try something different again. So then I get the idea from watching a few YouTubers who I do follow quite a bit. One of their names is Chris James, of doing reviews and recaps of reality TV. I've been watching a lot of reality TV lately. I can definitely do that format. I can speak, I can talk, I can cut the clips, I can share stories, I can do recaps. I can do this, right? I can do this. I do my first video. It barely gets 200 views. And I'm just like, I don't understand this, because I'm looking at other YouTubers and they're doing the same exact video I'm doing. They're not doing anything different. I am literally writing my title similar to people in that genre. I am showing my thumbnail similar to people in that genre. I'm writing my description similar to people in that genre. And nothing. Nothing. It makes no sense to me, right? So I'm like, whatever. And then the Velma thing happens. Velma! Everybody hates Velma. Velma is a freaking gold mine if you're a YouTuber. I'm watching this girl, I believe her name is Brittany. Brittany Reacts. Black YouTuber, gotta support her. She was doing her channel just fine. Her channel got a couple views here and there, like 10,000 views at a time. Her Velma video blows up. I think at the time she had 10,000 subscribers. Now she's somewhere in the 40s. And I'm like, yo, that is so good for you. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I am jealous. I am so freaking jealous. And I don't know what she's doing that I'm not doing. 'Cause you know what I did? I made a couple videos about Velma. None of them took off. Not on this platform, at least. They took off on TikTok. They took off on Reels. But they don't do anything here. They don't do anything. They get maybe 1,000 views. But I'm like, why is it that my shorts are doing okay, but my actual videos don't do anything, when literally I'm looking down the timeline of my YouTube feed, and I'm seeing all these people with small followings blowing up off this Velma business, and they not even giving me a crumb. I do not get it, because the algorithm, it works in mysterious ways apparently, and I do not know what signal my channel is giving off, but it's telling the algorithm, don't give him anything. Do not give him anything. And it just freaking hurts. It's frustrating. And I think it's stupid. And if the world was fair, I'd be doing much better on this platform. And I know I would. But the world's not fair, And I don't know. I'm a God-fearing man. I believe in God. Oftentimes I want to sit down and just pray to God that he helps me grow on YouTube, right? But then I immediately go, you know what? Why am I chasing YouTube? YouTube clearly hates me, right? I mean, this is how it feels. And TikTok now allows you to do 3-minute videos. That's my sweet spot. I can make videos in 3 minutes and create content that helps people. I can do a 3-minute content pieces on nerd motivation and supporting myself and supporting other people and loving people and all that stuff. And the one thing holding me back, quite frankly, is the fear of failure from yet another platform. And that's me being honest. I am afraid to pour everything into another platform and get screwed over again. I absolutely detest YouTube at this point. I'm not gonna lie to you about it. I absolutely will tell you that if someone came out with a YouTube competitor that posted, what I mean is a competitor that isn't short form, but long form videos, I would jump there in a minute and say, screw you, YouTube, in a heartbeat, because they don't treat us well. They don't try to help us. They just don't. And ultimately, like, we're dollar signs to them, and they don't even care that what they do is taking away people's livelihood. Like, I feel lucky that I haven't had to live off these videos. I feel lucky that, like, this isn't the one way I make money, because them demonetizing me, essentially, like, wrongfully, could have really hurt. This is the way I made my money. It would really hurt me, because they not only took monetization away from me, they took it away from other people too. And the thing is, it's retroactive. So they don't even care if that what you did in the past was within the rules. They care that it hurt the system now. And I go, okay, guys, it's kind of ASS backwards. You know that, right? You know that, right? At least warn us. At least send us a note and go, hey, everybody, just so you know, we're changing the rules. And, your videos from back in the day still have some stuff in them. You might want to go clean those out, or maybe go and hide those, or put them private or something like that. But if you have them on the platform, they will cause your entire channel to be demonetized. If they would have done that, it still would have sucked, but it would have at least been fair. Imagine if your boss fired you for something you did like 5 years ago. But 5 years ago, that rule was okay. 5 years ago, whatever you did was okay. Hey, you know what? We're a nudist company. Get new, Willie. Oh yeah, I'm doing my thing. 5 years later, whoop, we don't do that anymore. We're no longer nudists. We wear our clothes. But just so you know, because you were nude 5 years ago, you're being punished. I go, but it was in the rules. It was in the rules. Willie was good. Willie was so good, I say. And they go, well, we don't care. Get out of here. You're fired. That is what they did. That is what YouTube did. And it is freaking atrocious, because it's a business they're running here. And I get it. Nothing is promised to us. Nothing is guaranteed at all. It's not. But I think that human decency, because people live off this money, would have been really nice. And I think with that, it's driven me to a place of, like, asking myself, what do I do now? If you're still watching this, hi. At the beginning of the year, I found out that I was going to lose my job. And that has now happened. I'm currently interviewing. I'm hoping for the best, but who knows what happens in this economy, because I'm not the only one having that happen, right? There's people from Amazon, people from Google, people from different tech companies that also got let go, which means now the competition pool is even thicker. It means even now there's a struggle to survive for a lot of people like me. And for me to lose my monetization around this time, it is terrible timing, for me to lose my motivation at this time because everything feels like it's coming down on me is terrible timing. But I still believe that if I keep trying, keep pushing, something will work out. Because if I pull back the lens on my life, I know this is just a moment. Like, you could have told me 2 years ago that I would have gotten the job that I just lost and love it so much. Like, that job was phenomenal. I hadn't had a job that I loved that much probably in like 4 to 5 years. And I lost it. And the thing is, I feel appreciative that I had the opportunity, but it's still gone. And the thing is, it's gone not because I was bad at it, not because I was, slacking off or not doing my job, but because of the market. The market just isn't conducive to what I was doing. So now I got to make a pivot, got to make a change, got to figure out something new to do. And I'm working on that as we speak, and I'm putting a plan in place, and it makes me think that is the way I should really pursue content creation. Maybe not on YouTube, most likely on TikTok, maybe jump on the shorts, do what I got to do. But I need to make a plan, I need to figure it out, and I need to lay it out. And that is what I think I'm going to do next, because I'm at a pivotal point in my life where whatever I do now could affect me forever. I'm 38 years old. I'm not spring chicken anymore. I'm not a kid. I started this channel 11 years ago. I wasn't a kid then either, but I was much closer to being a kid. And I kind of use this platform as like a playground, a place to, express myself creatively, a place to express myself mentally when I was going through some really hard things, a place to honestly do my therapy, if you're real, because like I wasn't, able to really fully be happy in my regular life because of circumstances. But I was able to figure it out with the help of you guys and the help of people who came in and supported me who maybe aren't around anymore. But I will say that I did figure it out, and it took time and it took planning. And it wasn't a thing I just kind of woke up like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna make it. I'm just gonna just free ball it and see what happens. Which that does work for some people, but clearly that's not my lot in life. So I have to do something different. I've got to do something big, and I've got to do it now because I want to look back and say that I did my absolute best. I want to look back and say that I did not fail without really, really trying. I want to look at my kids. I don't have any kids yet, but I want to look at my kids and say, yo, your dad did his best. And that's just kind of what I want to take away from all of this. This video is me really rambling about things that I'm dealing with, the job loss, the monetization loss, like a motivation to create. Even now as we speak, I'm working through some other personal issues that I know will define me, for years to come. And yet I know I have to follow my heart and have to do what's right at the end of the day, or at least figure out what that means. And I can't rest on my laurels. I can't sit around and go, it'll be all right, because sometimes it won't. If I don't do anything, it won't. I thought by now in my life, I'd be having a kid. I thought by now in my life, I would, be back in the burbs, so I'm from Chicago, proper, the actual city. But when I got married the first time, I moved to the burbs to, settle down and do what you do at that age, right? Or at least in that situation. I found out I wasn't happy in that situation, but now that I'm older, I feel myself being drawn to a more stable lifestyle again. I'm actually currently, you guys don't know this too, I am participating in Dry January, but I'm also going beyond that and doing Dry 100 days, taking one small break to attend Mardi Gras in February. I'm being honest about that. I don't want people to think oh, he fell off. No, I'm gonna go enjoy Mardi Gras the way that people enjoy Mardi Gras. But I'm gonna honestly take the lessons I've learned throughout this last month with me to that trip. So I actually will say this, that I have to re-examine my relationship with alcohol, because I thought, I'm cool, man. I'm good. I'm just being normal, like everybody else, right? But everybody else might not be okay. You know what I'm saying? Like at first, I'm like, I don't drink that much. I do. I'm being honest. I do. You know how I know? Because I say I only drink on the weekends. But in this modern day and age, and tell me if you agree here, because if you guys experience the same thing, it might be a Chicago thing. I don't know. But in this modern day and age, I believe the weekends start on Thursday. So Thursday, you're drinking. Friday, you're drinking. Saturday, you're drinking. And don't forget about Sunday, fun day. Gotta get your mimosa on, you know what I mean? So that's now, 4 days out of the week? If I'm even doing my math right. And there's 7 days in a week. So, yeah, so you're drinking more days than you're not. At least I was, right? And I'm not always getting hammered, not always getting drunk, but more often than not, I was, drinking to excess quite a bit. And that runs in my family, and that is a scary place to be. I haven't, done a lot of things that I would regret. I've been arrested. I don't get angry. I'm not mean. I'm silly. I'm kind of the same person for the most part, but it's, obviously like my inhibitions are lowered. And I would say I'm probably more sexual, if anything, but I'm never aggressive, like in that way. When I say sexual, I mean with a partner, but that's a whole other bag of kittens. But ultimately, in this current experiment of doing, the dry, I'm going 100 days, but the dry days, I am learning though that a lot of times that I'm drinking is just because everybody else is. A lot of times that I'm taking shots is because everybody else is. I don't need it for liquid courage. I don't need it to get over anxiety. I don't need it to solve problems. Like when I lost my job, I didn't immediately go get drunk because I was, doing this thing. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna, feel the emotions. I'm gonna be okay with the fact that I'm not necessarily happy right now, and I'm just gonna kind of work through it. And it was actually really, really therapeutic. It was actually really nice to just sit with the feeling of being uncomfortable and not being happy and having to work through it like the regular way, you know what I mean? Because if I were to go out and get drunk, what's gonna happen? I'll still not have my job the next day. I'll still feel the same pain, but now I also might have a hangover the last 2 days. Now I might have, like some fuzzy memories. That, I guess that's a thing, that's a trade-off. Thanks, drinking, for the fuzzy memories. But instead I faced it head on, and it made me go, you know what, instead of, going through this pain, let's devise a plan. So I went and refactored my resume, threw it out there, tried some crazy things, thought about how I might want to change my career, what I could use from my current career to parlay into a new place. And I'm playing around with that as we speak as well. And that's going well. And I just kind of turned what would have in the past been, me throwing a pity party for a couple of days into some, real action items. And I'm really proud of myself for that. And I wouldn't go as far to say that I ever had a problem with drinking, but I will go as far to say that drinking was a problem, if that makes sense. And when I say that, I mean that there were oftentimes relationships where fights would occur or issues would occur, and I could probably look back and say that was probably because we both were drinking. I can say that, not for any particular relationship, but I'll say for most of them, that was probably a thing. Because when people get drunk, they don't think as much. When they get drunk, things happen, and they don't want to, their pride goes up. They don't want to admit they're even in that inebriated state sometimes, or they don't remember what they did, and it's so messy. And so now that I'm recalibrating how I feel about it all, I'm kind of thinking that going forward from this point, I'm gonna maybe save it for special occasions, or if I do it, I don't need to have 4 or 5. I can have 2 or have 1 and just chill and then switch to water afterwards. Because again, like I mentioned, I don't need it to be bold. I don't need it to get out of my shell. Some people say they do. I still encourage people out there to work on being comfortable in your own skin without needing to turn to a substance. I still encourage that. I'm not judging you if you say that you need it or you think you do. I know that it does have an effect, but I also know that, getting over those nerves naturally, it's probably better for you in the long run. I believe that, just from my own experience, but I also understand that I'm built a certain way and not everybody's built like me. I get that. I'm not saying that you're weak. I'm just saying that I know that my composition is of such that I train myself to be this way. I train myself to be social. I train myself to be okay with where I am and kind of push away the thoughts that people even care about me that much. And when I say that, I mean, I think a lot of people's anxiety comes from them thinking that other people care way more than they do. People are actually way more in their heads about themselves than they are other people. And when people are making fun of someone else, that's normally because they have their own insecurity, and that person is doing their own thing. And that's me coming from a 38-year-old, not someone in high school, not someone in college, someone who's lived a lot of their life right now, a good half of it, I'll say probably. People don't care that much about you. And if you carry yourself in a way that is inviting and engaging, I think you will be fine. But again, not everybody has that same, starting point. So I understand that it's difficult, better said than done. Feel free to join the live stream if you want to talk about it more. And yeah, just keep it that. So ultimately, with everything shifting around me making these changes, me being honest about, where I am with a lot of different things, all I can ask for right now is your support. If you're watching this video, you made it this far, thank you for, engaging in this moment of just openness. I want to do videos like this more often, where I just post them for not only myself, but for people who might be dealing with similar things, or people who might even understand what I'm going through. And just something real. Like, this was the era of YouTube that has long passed, where you got a person just bearing their soul for the camera, and that was all you needed. You didn't need, fancy thumbnail. You didn't need, eye-catching and clickbaity titles and whatnot. You just needed a person, a camera, and some realism. And I do miss that about this platform. And I know that there are people who probably miss it too. So if I do anything, I'm gonna try to bring that back. If for no one, but for myself. And if I don't get people following me or people don't care, it is what it is. But I'm gonna try to at least do this once a month, where I just kind of get on here and share a big, crazy life update. and hoping in hopes that like it connects or helps somebody else who might have similar stuff going on. So with that said, my name is Chris. Thank you for watching. If you want to support me, go to my clothing store at nerdgeekculture.com. Pick up a shirt. If you want me to make anything, send me a note on one of these videos and I will make it. That is how it works. It is custom nerdy clothing. Give me an idea. I'll create it for you. I'll put it up on the line, and that's how we're doing it. But thank you for watching, and I hope that, if anything, you got something out of this, or were entertained, or, or found it interesting. So, thanks.